Hey guys, this is Mike coming back with a video response for Rick with Vintage Oddball Cards. Um, Rick has a great channel. I've just been watching it for a few months now. He loves showing anything unusual as far as the old card market goes. I, being a so-called super collector of Johnny Bench and Hank Greenberg, I have a lot of unusual stuff of theirs too, so it is fun to collect that. As a kid, I remember in the 70s, I grew up in the mid 70s, um, the Hostess products, where they had baseball players on the back of the Hostess boxes from, oh goodness, probably 75 up through like 79, something like that. I remember the RC Cola cans. You used to be able to buy RC Cola 12 packs and 6 packs. And the cans used to have baseball players on the back. Of course, I've been a bench fan since I was like 12 years old. Back when they won the World Series in 75 and 76. Um, I really started collecting in 77. That's when I was old enough, 12, to mow grass in the neighborhood and actually get paid and have some money to go spend. We went I remember going to Taylor Drugs and buying cello packs of 77 baseball. I put together like over 2 complete sets that year, just hand collating them directly out of cello packs. Um, it's funny because now I see on these websites that sell unopened product from back in this, from way back all the way up to now. The 77 cello packs sell for like $50 a pack, and they were like, I think 25, 35 cents a pack. I must have opened hundreds of them that in 1977. Of course, I'm getting off target here a little bit, but just reminiscing about the old days when it was fun to get a Johnny Bench card from Hostess or from Kellogg's or, oh goodness, they had so many products. Just about everybody did some sort of promotion back then to sell soft drinks or restaurants, fast food restaurants. As far as miscut cards, I've never really bought a lot of miscut cards. I do like to, buy things that I like in good shape. But when you get into specializing like I do, some things you are rare enough to where you'll buy them in any condition just to have them. And this card's no exception. I have one I wanted to show. Brian's on price. He's going to do the same card in his video. Um, it's a 1939 Hank Greenberg play ball card. Uh, a lot of times, this is a sample card. Sample cards they did back then for that set were released with this information on the back, how you could get a free card. They gave you a free card as a promotional item to get you to buy the products. Nothing's changed. They've been doing that forever. But these cards are real neat. Now, why I got this one is not only is it miscut, which makes it a perfect sample card, just because the ones that are in good shape they were going to give away, use as part of their giveaways. But the sample cards and exchanges, I should say. But the sample cards, they would use the ones that are probably miscut. So it's unusual to see a sample card in really nice shape as far as centering and everything. So this is my one off-center card. It's 1939 Hank Greenberg, but it's autographed on the front in red ink. I literally just got this from an auction a few weeks ago, not too long. Beautiful card, just off-centered, of course, miscut, no edge on one side. Samples are not, they're hard to find, but they're not impossible to find. You can get them. Getting them in high grade is impossible to find, and getting them autographed is extremely hard to do. That's why I took this one in being miscut, just because it's got that beautiful red autograph on the front. And on the back, you can see It's a free sample, and the left border at the top, it's all there, all the lettering and stuff, but it's right on the edge. So these cards were available for purchase for a penny when you got the bubble gum. They came with the bubble gum, I would say. And these were salesman samples. And again, they were miscut, so they were the perfect ones to use for it. But again, to find it autographed was very cool. And that's about the only time I would buy a miscut card, just for rarity, just so if I didn't do it, I wouldn't have the card. Um, but I do love the oddball stuff, and I'd have a lot of weird stuff in my super collections for both Hank and for Johnny. So, that'd be about the only time I would buy it. Obviously, nowadays cards are such a, even buying packs of cards in the '70s, off-center issues from the main issue, releases were very common. It just the quality control just wasn't there back then. But today, 99.9% of the time, it might be slightly off-center. And based on how grading goes now, there's so much of it out there that's an off-center card would just make it almost worthless because there's so many that are. So anyway, that's my response video. But Rick, I like your channel. I think you show some fantastic stuff. It all complements what everybody else is doing, especially in the vintage market. It's not all 1952 tops. It's a variety of everything. And seeing light shed on all these different things is really fun. Collecting Hank, like Brian and I do, we are very informed about anything from the mid 34 up through late 40s. So when you show things from and I know modern collecting from the 70s, from when I collected all the way up till now. So the area where I'm a little missing is from right around the beginning of the 50s up through probably the late 60s as far as the oddball stuff. So it's great seeing videos focusing on that era for me, or even in football, which I used to be a big Vikings collector too back in the day, but don't do too much of that now anymore. Anyway, um, love your channel. Love this contest. This is a lot of fun. It was fun getting that out. I'm going to be sending that to PSA. Unfortunately, SGC doesn't do vintage grading for autos anymore. So I just had that sitting here and thought I'd go ahead and make a video. But thanks. Take care and keep making those videos. Thank you. Bye-bye.